just wanted to make sure that, present that the right way. So, okay.
Oh, that's good.
That was the only question I had.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Probably go for about 5 to 10.
Because I always had a question in my mind.
He was taking maybe 15 when he kept up on it.
Sign it or just, you want me to write my name and sign or sign it?
And they were all on this side. And I think
This will evaporate in 30 minutes.
Wait a second.
Okay, let's go ahead and, we do have a form here. What's it take? There's six of them. 3 missing?
As you know, we got 4 on there.
Yeah.
6.
We got 6. That's it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead and call the, meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody to the, September Planning Commission meeting. We are gonna start with a little housekeeping item here that we always start with. Review and approve the minutes. This is the October meeting, I stand corrected. We're approving the September minutes. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions, deletions, anything to add to those minutes? Has everybody had a chance to review those?
Make a motion we approve them.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
John, was that you? Yes, sir.
We got a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the September meeting. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. All right. Item number 2, request for approval for a large-scale development for a proposed 39,000 square foot expansion on 3100 East Main Street. Take it away, Mr.
Yes, this is a large-scale development project for ConAgra. They're being represented by Hickson Engineering. It's for a food, this current use is for a food processing plant. The proposed use will be a 39,000 square foot expansion for their frozen food operations. The property is zoned M1, R2, and C2, which the applicant has been made aware of, but the expansion is occurring on the portion of the property that is M1. The adjacent uses are, there's various commercial uses that are to the north, rail and cold storage to the south. It's vacant and a car dealership to the east, an electric substation and vacant to the west. And it's surrounded by C2 zoning as well as M1 zoning. We had comments on this. The reason this is being brought in as a large-scale development is largely because of the size. With a 39,000 square foot site, that it's such a large expansion that it's being reviewed through that process. But the expansion is fairly routine. There's not a lot with this that really raises, I would say, any red flags for staff in reviewing that. We did look, we had some questions that pertain to, coordination with Citicorp, also with drainage, that those things are being worked out. We additionally had some questions as it related to sidewalks on the site. The applicant has coordinated with RDOT, Arkansas Department of Transportation. RDOT will not permit sidewalk improvements in that location. So staff is recommending that you all recommend to the council that those sidewalk requirements be waived as part of this process. The reason being is that it's got 2 frontages. Both of them are state highways, so if the highway department refuses improvements, then that kind of limits the ability to put those improvements in as well. Recommendation for action on this item is approval with contingencies. The first contingency being that designing and installing adequate stormwater facilities to meet the approval of the city engineer and there's about 4 things that are listed there that are included with that. Coordinate with and obtain approval from city corporation for needed improvements to the pretreatment facility. So they have a very small plant out there at Carnagra that basically tries to cut down some of the pollutants that go into the stormwater system, or not the stormwater, but the sewer system prior to getting to the downstream to the city's treatment facility. So there's some coordination of improvements to that site, that small plant that need to be handled as part of this. And then the final being providing a 1-lot plat to convey all necessary and required easements. Again, this is to make sure that we've got all the required easements on there. This is something that hasn't been done before, but as we go along in the future, doing this at this time will really help and make sure that we don't have to go through that step in the future. So it's approval with those 3 contingencies with a recommendation for the sidewalk waiver to the city council.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions regarding the request? I'll entertain a motion here.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we go ahead and approve this with the stated contingencies with a waiver on the sidewalks.
Second.
Okay.
Who was that?
Luke. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve this request. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. Okay. Looks like item number 3 was pulled, was waived till next month. So we'll move on to item number 4. You want to take it away again?
Yeah, with the ongoing zoning code changes, given that there's a lot going on with the short-term rentals at this time, kind of putting that on hold until we get those issues settled.
Okay.
So,
You want me to take that off the agenda or just leave it on?
you can take it off for now.
Take it off.
Okay.
It'll probably creep back up beginning of the year.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. All right. If there's no other business, this is a public meeting. If anybody has any comment or any questions, feel free to step up to the mic. If not, then we are adjourned.
That's the way you do it.
That's a record, 6 minutes.
Your discussion.
Luke, how'd I do, man? 6 minutes?
6 minutes. You're efficiency is rising.
He can go get back on the roof somewhere, can't you?